Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. This is the Undead Paladin, also known as Krim. Today is going to be a new Star Wars Sundays video. Today's topic is going to be leading off of the topic we did 2 weeks ago, which is going to be the Grand Army of the Republic. So without further ado, let's begin.
The power of the dark side.
Hello and welcome. I'm actually excited about this specific topic and video. It's going to take a little while for us to go through it all, so instead of having it in one single video, we are actually going to be breaking it up into a few videos. Instead of having an hour long, they're going to be about 5 to 10 minutes for each one, just because there's so much information about the Grand Army of the Republic that we want to get out there. With that said, though, let us begin. The Grand Army of the Republic, also referred to as the Republic Army, was the military force of the Galactic Republic during the Clone Wars. Although the Clone Army was originally envisioned by Jedi Master Cypher Dyas, who secretly commissioned the Kaminoan cloners to create an army for the Republic, the clones ultimately began the weapon of the Sith to destroy the Jedi. 10 years after the Battle of Naboo, the galaxy stood on the brink of civil war, as a separatist crisis threatened to split the galaxy between the Galactic Republic and the breakaway state known as the CIS. The Galactic Senate voted to grant emergency powers to Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Using his new authority, the Chancellor formally organized the Kamino clone troopers into the Grand Army of the Republic. The Republic's new forces, led by Grand Master Yoda, launched a full-scale attack against the separatist droid army and secured the first victory in the conflict that became known as the Clone Wars. Over 3 years, the Grand Army fought throughout much of the war-torn galaxy. Clone troopers served with distinction under the command of the Jedi, who have been commissioned as commanders and generals of the Grand Army. The Army's true purpose, however, was ultimately to destroy both the Republic and the Jedi Order. Darth Sidious, Dark Lord of the Sith, and the true identity of Chancellor Palpatine had orchestrated the entire Clone Wars as a means to secure absolute power for himself thanks to the control chips. Control chips, also known as inhibitor chips, were a type of organic biochip capable of dictating and responding to the thoughts of its host. Kaminoan cloners implanted them within each clone trooper of the Grand Army of the Republic. It was implanted into the brain of every trooper at the third stage of their embryonic development. When they were activated, the clone troopers responded to orders without question, allowing the Supreme Chancellor to initiate Order 66 and the start of Operation Nightfall. The Grand Army of the Republic fought on all fronts for 3 years. At the end of the war drew near, the clone troopers continued to see action from Coruscant all the way to Kashyyyk, all the way to Utapau. Following the deaths of Darth Tyrannus in the Battle of Coruscant and General Grievous in the Battle of Utapau, the Separatists were all but defeated. However, by then the Jedi Council discovered the Supreme Chancellor's true identity. Chancellor Palpatine and Darth Sidious were one and the same. The leader of the Galactic Senate was the very same Sith Lord who secretly controlled both sides of the war, but at this point, it was too late. The Jedi had already lost the war. That is a brief description and introduction into the Grand Army of the Republic. The next video we will be doing will be talking about more of who the clones were based off of, the genetic template of Jango Fett, as well as talking about the personality of the clones compared from Episode 2 and how they evolved into Episode 3 clones and how they were more distinct and more... their personalities were actually a lot more there in Episode 3, and we will be pulling some of the lore from the Clone Wars animated series, both the 2000 and the series from the one that just recently aired right before Rebels. I'm not entirely sure whether Disney actually made that canological or not, but the way I see it is it's a great story led into its 6 seasons, and so we're going to dig into some of that as well, which is going to help us explain the inhibitor chips as well as the directives of the clones. We will make a video solely on the 150 orders before the Empire became, and the 151, the one extra order that Palpatine made to save himself after the Republic became the Empire. With that being said, though, The next video will be coming out Sunday. We'll have 2 videos actually coming out on Sunday, so look forward to seeing that. This video is a little bit shorter as well because of to bring up that we are starting a secret project for the channel as well. That will be starting, the recording process will be starting on this coming Tuesday, so in 2 days. We're not entirely sure when we're going to release that series yet, but stay tuned as there will be more information on it. With that being said though, may the force be with you, and as always, have a great day.